Well, some parts of the northwest are struggling to get a consistent supply of water as reservoirs aren't filling up due to load shedding. Our reporter Refiloe Seboko caught up with the executive mayor of Ngaka Modiri, Molema district, Khumalo Molefe, who had this to say on the issue.
Well, the extent of the water interruptions is as a result of load shedding. We also had a chat with some of the community members in Mahikeng. They are saying that it's such an inconvenience for them. And as you rightfully said in your intro, Mayor of the Ngaka Modiri Molema district, Khumalo Molefe, is now on inspection, on-site visit to check what the plan would be for them to be able to keep on supplying water to the resident. Mayor, thank you so much for your time and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. How is load shedding affecting water supply for the residents of Ngaka Modiri Molema as a whole?
No, it's very severe. It's very severe. Where we're standing, it's our main purification plant which supplies the larger part of Mahikeng. So it has severely paralyzed us. The other plant is under refurbishment. It will be completed in 2 weeks. We are relying solely on this plant, and I can tell you load shedding has paralyzed us. But we're doing something. We've ordered generators because it means we must now fall back to generators. But largely because Ngaka Modiri Molema, it's pretty rural. In the villages we rely on diesel, and we know that in the country there's been a shortage of diesel. We have just received a supply, and our teams are on the ground all over the weekend. We will be making sure that we resuscitate water supply. We really apologize to our people and plead with them to understand that we are working round the clock to restore normality.
Let's talk about the issue of cable theft, which is one that seems to be a problem when it comes to water supply in Ngaka Modiri Molema. How are you dealing with that or attending to that issue?
No, thank you very much. It's very rife. Cable theft is very rife in Ditsobotla and in Tswaing. We have had to intensify our security. We are now collaborating with the South African Police Service. It's costly, but it has to be done. But we are dealing here not with ordinary, normal crime. It's organized syndicates who attack even our securities during the day.
One of the residents that we talked to, she said that it's not something new for them to be having water challenges. She went as far back as years ago. Let's look at issue of maintaining these water plants and in terms of maintaining infrastructure as a whole.
No, thank you very much. First, we must accept that Ngaka Modiri Molema is a semi-arid area. There's no water here, literally. We are drilling everywhere all the time. We are now in discussion with Midval here in JB Max Matlosane because they seem to be having a surplus of water. We are discussing with Makhali's Water Board and the Department of Water and Sanitation so that we can now move water from that side to Ngaka Modiri Molema in a more sustainable manner. But otherwise, relying on groundwater, I'm sure we have depleted that area. We agree vandalism is rife. The issue of water in Ngaka Modiri Molema, it's a problem until we find a lasting solution. And I can tell you in the 10 months that we have been in the office, we've never rested. We have prioritized the issue of water.
What would be the lasting solution so that you don't keep on revisiting such issues?
We have brought in Makhalis now to augment the capacity that we have. But I can tell you the lasting solution will be to draw the pipe from Matlosana because they've got a surplus here. It will sustain us. But to continue to build capacity in Ngaka Modiri Molema as a district, we have inherited an ailing and collapsing institution. We are building internal capacity.
Thank you so much for your time. That is Mayor of Ngaka Modiri Molema district, Khumalo Molefe, and explaining that they are working around the clock. The issue of water is a problem, but they are working on getting a lasting solution.